Hello, everybody. What's up? How you doing? I hope everybody's having an immaculate, great weekend. Of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe and come on in. Come on in, have a little conversation. We just be talking about relations and politics and all kinds of stuff. We are in the process. I'm not into going viral type stuff. Just conversation, thoughts, different things like that. Come on in and share the video with some people and tune in, and we're just gonna be talking. We're gonna be talking about all kinds of stuff. So lock yourself in with us, and we are going to get into the path of conversation. And try to get some things organized. Okay, get some things organized. Really, what's really been on my mind lately is R. Kelly has been on my mind lately. I'm kind of like, I've been reading a whole lot of stuff. I've been reading, and y'all excuse the paint on the wall. I'm actually getting my little YouTube thing together, so y'all bear with me. Gotta clean that up a little bit. But however, I have really been concerned about the whole R. Kelly issue, and I know you have heard of the topics and the stories and things going on. It's old news, but I've been really thinking about it because we're looking at talent. We're looking at geniusness. Is that a word? I don't know. From a man who produces music, has been the icon of our culture for a very long time. If you were born in the late 90s, early 2000s, more than likely your mama and daddy grew to some R. Kelly, going into the 2000s. Who didn't? Half of us were made on R. Kelly. R. Kelly was the teacher of the Mac world. Okay, he was the teacher. Show you how to get it, when to get it, and what to do with it. I'm not in a position to knock a man. I just can't knock a man, because I realize that a lot of people, what they don't understand is that to whom much is given, much is required. So you have to be careful when you knock someone to the ground so far, because oftentimes when that happens is we forget where we come from and some of the things that we have done that we haven't told nobody. Nobody knows this. And whoever we offended, they didn't tell on us either. But boy, you better believe that when you get some money, they coming. Okay, they gonna come. You know what I'm saying? You hit the lottery and win 375. It don't have to be that much. It can be 50 million. The accusers is going to come. I can almost guarantee you that the accuser's gonna come, and it's amazing how we have seen his career, go in so many different forms. We've seen it. We've seen the lows. We've seen the highs of his career. And today, the other day, I've been thinking about it, and I listened to one of his albums. His songs. One of the longest songs he recorded, called "I Admit It." You know what I'm saying? It touched home with me because it let me know that you are not exempt from being chosen as the one to be told on. You're not exempt. Now, don't get me wrong. I've never I've never done anything like what they're accusing him of, or whatever, or what he's been convicted of. But there are some things that we have done. You know what I'm saying? And I think what's going on in society is a lot of people forget that. You know what I'm saying? They forget, the ratchet activity that they were involved with. Okay, they forget that. They forget that some of the things that they have done is not to be mentioned. It's not to be talked about. So we can laugh at T.D. Jakes, and we can laugh at R. Kelly, and we can laugh at Bill Cosby. We can do all of this, but if the veil can roll back on some of us, okay, if the veil can roll back on some of us, and the curtain slides back, and if this fly on the wall was to have a conversation with anybody, you will also be in the same light that R. Kelly is in. So I've learned to not judge something before the time, but rather look at the situation from different perspectives and point of views, because everybody have their own downfalls. Everybody have their own issues. Now, when it comes to this, R. Kelly, I heard an interview where he said that he likes young women. He likes younger women. Okay. Younger women. I think this society need to chill out on a man that says that he likes younger women, because in this world, everybody start thinking, you like children. That's not the case. That's not always the case. Some men like younger women. It's not younger girls, younger women. There's a difference in the two. You get what I'm saying? There's a difference. So when we look at R. Kelly, we see a man that is fighting for his sanity right now, in jail. He's fighting for his sanity. He's fighting for his life. He's fighting for so many different. And then, what makes it worse is when you have other opposition that comes against you. You having lawsuits. You have people stealing your music. You got all this stuff that comes to you, and this world has became so cold until they don't have enough sense to dissect the matter and find out if it's true or whatever that person is saying. Okay? Everybody is governed by their own internal emotions that is guided by comments, chats, reels, videos, sound bites. Okay? A lot of people is governed by that. They don't do no research. They're not going to go read the court documents. It was so brutal when I found a video here on YouTube. I'm going to try to upload that video without, getting marked, as a video stealer. But that was a conversation that was given to the courts about the mother of the young girl, young child, young woman, whatever y'all want to call them, okay? And how the mother was setting things up for her child to seduce R. Kelly. How the mother and the father was setting things up and training the child how to appropriately seduce R. Kelly. This was the coldest text message conversation that I have ever seen in my life. And it is absolutely detailed and strong. Telling the young girl, wear this kind of makeup. Sit like this, do that. Fix your hair this way. Don't look so grown, because he don't like grown women. You look too grown. Do what I'm telling you to do. This gonna get you to do and also advance your career. And the parents are not being charged. They are not being bothered. And they are not being prosecuted on any level. So the parents are getting by with setting their child up to go and seduce. But you know what? I thought about something. I thought about how do the police, the government, and all that kind of stuff, how do they come up with how do they bust down on child pornography, offenses, different things like that. When they want to bust it on a crime, and want to find some children that are being in hostage, slavery, child slavery, different things like that, little sexual schemes. How do they do it? They always have another child on standby, and they coach them how to go in and act and do, and to go so far before we can get enough evidence to raid, to bust, and to go in and get what we need. But we're going to train you how to be submissive. We're going to train you how to persuade the guy to do all this stuff. Okay, ain't that amazing? The same law who enforced the law is the same law who set it up. Okay. And they don't get into no trouble about doing it because it's a part of an operation. Okay. It's a part of an operation. It's a part of the process. So we have to set this thing up, and we need to train these other kids on other things they shouldn't know for them to go in and operate this the way we need to operate it. And hey, just give them some cookies and some candy and say bye-bye and do your thing. Okay. So it's very bothersome how people can get by with doing things, and the law can get by with doing things, but turn right back around and use the same law to prosecute the thing. Now, I'm not saying that, I don't know if R. Kelly is 100% guilty or innocent, because I don't have a personal relationship with him. But I do know one thing is that there are more questions that must be answered. There are more questions that must be answered in this situation, because it just don't all add up. When you go back and look at it, there was no evidence. Now, it's kind of like the Trump situation that he's going through with the lady. I forgot the lady name, but I'm not gonna say her name. Hell, because she keeps suing him because he mentioned her name. Okay, so I'm sorry, man. You can't get $83 million out of me. I don't know where you're gonna get it from. Sue all you want. Have at it. Have fun. But however, I am so confused about this situation. I'm confused about it. No evidence. She didn't. The issue with Trump case, defamation case. No evidence. Nothing. They just made a ruling and just let it be. R. Kelly, no evidence. Nothing. It's just all he say, she say activity. So anybody can go into a courtroom and say you did something to me, and get that person in jail for the rest of their days. Be careful what you laugh at. Be careful what you laugh at. Be careful what you criticize, because we're living in a time now where the justice system is no longer looking at evidence. They are no longer prosecuting things and people according to facts. Everything is politically motivated right now. And it look like to me, it's not a black thing. It don't matter who you is. I look at the news, I check out news apps. It's not a black thing. It's black, white, Mexican. It don't matter. Okay. So what they are doing right now is ridiculous on how the judicial system is taking a different turn. It seems like everything is all about getting a plea. Everything is all about getting the bag. It's no longer about true justice. And don't even speak on trying to hire a good lawyer. Oh my goodness. I have been through hell trying to get a lawyer who will fight for me in certain issues. Whether it's civil court or whether, trying to sue something or somebody or whatever. Finding a lawyer to fight for you is one of the most hardest things that you can ever try to do, because a lot of lawyers don't even want to participate and fight. Even your accident car wreck lawyers, they want easy cases. Like they want no-brainer cases. And that's okay. That's your prerogative. You do what you want to do. It's your law degree. It's your firm. Hey, that's fine. But it's hard to find a real, true, authentic fighter who is going to sit down and investigate, who's going to get credible witnesses, who is going to get different softwares and agencies to pull this stuff together and put it into motion and get a good discovery and bring stuff to the table and dissect it and pin stuff on the wall and say, okay, this happened here and this happened over here and on this day this happened. Okay, she said this happened. So why is it we have a receipt for this day when she was over here? But she said they don't even do that no more. Okay, all of the Thurgood Marshalls are gone. all of the great lawyers are leaving or gone, have passed. And you have these new lawyers who coming up and they're just trying to get a quick lick. If they can make a hot $40,000, off a case by email, that's fine. They cool with that. And, you kind of don't blame them a little bit because, hey, it's easy work. But at some point, we need fighters, and it's hard to find a good, solid attorney who will fight for you. Okay, I'm not saying all attorneys are bad, but there's so many of them that just don't fight no more. So we're in this situation now where when it comes to law and when it comes to legal things, we cannot get ahead and we cannot get what needs to be done. We're just taking plea bargains. You just take a plea bargain and say, okay, I admit it. I did this. Okay, cool. What they talking? Okay, they're talking 5 years probation, or they're talking 4 or 5 years in jail, or they're talking this, and I think this is a good deal. I think you need to take this deal. They're talking about probation for this. It's 10-year probation, deferred adjudication, and you just take this right here, and you do you a couple of years on it, and get all your classes and get your monies in and all that kind of stuff, and it's gonna be off your record. You don't have to worry about it no more. Lying. Knowing that it's not going to be off your record, it'll never leave. Well, people just can't judge you by it because you finished deferred adjudication. Yes, they can judge you by it. We need a fighter, and that's the position that we're in as a people, as a whole, is that we are going through this situation where the justice system is so twisted now and so backwards until I don't think we will ever get justice in a lot of things. We're going to have to try to just fit in where we get in. When it comes to this whole R. Kelly case, I think that this needs to be a do-over. I really do. I think it needs to be a do-over of solid evidence, solid proof of evidence, and a good fighting attorney to come to the table and unfold this thing the way it needs to be unfolded. Okay. It's even worse when you are in trial or you're going through a civil matter. And please note, I'm not a lawyer. Don't you lie on me. When you're in a civil matter, amazing how you are already guilty before the court date because of Instagram, because of YouTube, because of Facebook, because of Pinterest, because of Reddit. You're already guilty. So if social media says you're guilty, you're guilty. Okay? You're guilty. You're guilty when the moment you walk in court, the judge had already seen the stuff online, and they have a phone just like you. They are no better than you. They stroll Facebook just like you do. They on Facebook at Starbucks. They on Facebook at the law library. They on Facebook, at their office, inside of their houses, in their book room, on Facebook. They not reading law books all day. No, they on the computer, on Facebook, looking at the news, reading the newspaper. They know what's going on. And so when you read the comments, listen to me, if you read the comments long enough, you no longer have a picture of thought of what you are going to believe, because you have already allowed social media and the comments establish what you're going to believe. So whatever you believe prior to that, you believe different now, because now you have read over 50,000 points of views. And now the point of view is going to fit the narrative of the comment section. It's going to fit the narrative of the comment section. We're in a bad place, and it's not good. We're in a bad place that's not good. Be careful what you say and what you do and how you judge a matter, because all of this is a setup to knock at your door. It's a setup. All of this is a setup just to knock on your door. This is going to be on your front door. It's funny now that Trump get kicked off the ballot without asking the voters, without a voting system, without nothing. Just, we said no, and we're not worried about what the voters say. I'm just using it as an example. Be careful, because what's finna happen, I believe in the next 5 years, probably won't even have a voting system. They're gonna tell us who the president gonna be. They're gonna tell us whether you're guilty or innocent. It's not gonna be proven. I really believe that. I believe that they're gonna tell us what it is, and it is gonna be what it is. Kind of like other foreign countries. Whatever we say goes. There's no meeting, there's none of that. There's no council, there's none of that. Okay, so I'm very watchful on how things are moving, and I'm very watchful how people are laughing at things and thinking it's funny and doing little racist jokes and remarks and stuff like that. But I'm watching the scene, and I see what's going on is that there will be an overturn of foolishness that's going to happen between now and the next 5 years. This world, this earth will not be the same. It will not be the same in the next 5 years. It's going to be totally different. It's going to be totally different. This whole situation, this is the year where they are in the back offices making up their mind on how they are going to rule this country in the way that they want to rule it without the opinion of others. It's going to be done privately, exclusively by themselves. Okay? They already talking about they've been talking about a one world order for a very long time. Believe me, all of this is a setup for the next dimension and for the next place of foolishness to take forth. And we are going to be caught up laughing in the comment section when they try your son that did not molest that girl, and social media say he did it. And when your son walks in court to fight that case with that half-ass attorney, he is already guilty. The minute he take off his belt and take off his shoes and walk through the metal detector, he is already guilty. There's no need to fight. Just plea bargain it out. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe and click on the buttons and all that kind of stuff. We're going to have some good conversation. Y'all let me know what you feel. Comment below. Comment. Come on in. Tell me what you feel. Let's talk about it. I know I'm low in subscribers. I ain't made it yet, but I'm just uploading. So when you do see the video, come in, share the video, talk about it with somebody, and let's just see where it goes. Peace out, y'all. I'm out.